Today we have a BMW X5 M Competition. In this video I'll talk about what the X5 M is, how I feel about the interior space, and what it's like to drive it. Now, when the first generation X5 was offered, it came in the IS variants, and with a debut of 2nd gen, the legit M was born in 2010. Fast forward 14 years and we have a 3rd generation of the X5 M, which just received a mid-cycle refresh. Per usual, you have to be the brand's fanatic to notice all the changes, but you also have me to tell you about them. So we got refreshed front fascia, redesigned headlights and taillights, new color and wheel options, and updated interior featuring a curved display with an iDrive 8 operating system. Based on the Clar architecture, the front axle features a double wishbone setup and a 5-link suspension in the back. Obviously, the suspension has been modified for better handling with modified toe-in values at the rear axle, and the M version gets adaptive dampers. Now, with the facelift, we lost the regular X5 M as BMW decided to only offer the competition variant. The powertrain now features a 48-volt mild hybrid setup with a S68 twin-turbo V8 under the hood. It produces its peak torque of 553 pound-feet between 1800 and 5800 RPM and generates a maximum of 617 horsepower at 6000 RPM. The power goes to all wheels via a well-known 8-speed ZF8 HP automatic transmission, and an active M differential at the rear axle is standard. Now, before we talk how it all works together and what it's like to drive the X5 M Comp, let's jump inside and talk about the interior space. The facelifted X5 received slightly redesigned interior, with the biggest change being the iDrive 8 infotainment system, featuring a curved display that you notice right away. Other things, such as materials used that feel expensive, remained unchanged, and you truly feel like you're in a luxury product. Now, the thing about the X5 is it does interior usability and ergonomics very well. You get great storage, including door pockets and center console, physical buttons for things that matter, although with the introduction of iDrive 8, we lost climate controls or shortcut buttons that are now in the infotainment. I must admit though, the iDrive remains the best operating systems in the industry. It has clean interface with crisp graphics and smooth animations, and you can control it either via a touchscreen or a controller. While there is a little bit of learning curve, the menu structure is logical. The gauge cluster is fairly customizable and provides you with all the information you need, including map, turn-by-turn directions, or vehicle data. The front seats with massage offer fantastic adjustability as well as great support, and moving to the back, you get that interior usability I mentioned before with comfortable back seat and good storage solutions. The trunk with split opening tailgate, one of X5's characteristic features, is very practical and spacious. Alright, so that was the interior of the BMW X5 M Comp. Let's get it on the road now and see how it drives. BMW's engineers had a quite difficult job to do. Create a vehicle that offers practicality of an SUV while retaining a sheer driving pleasure and handling performance of a car. Did they succeed? Kind of. Starting with the powertrain, BMW did it again. They created one of the best power plants in the industry. The twin turbocharged V8 coupled to a mild hybrid system generates 617 horsepower, which turns this 5,500-pound SUV into a rocket ship. 0 to 60 takes a little over 3.5 seconds, and what you feel when using launch control is hard to describe. You get catapulted while listening to a symphony of 8 cylinders. The transmission shifts through gears extremely fast and has typical dual personality for an 8 HP unit provided by ZF. Great responsiveness when needed and smooth changes when you wish. Approaching a corner, the brakes inspire confidence and the pedal has been set up in a way that allows you to easily modulate braking power. Now, unfortunately, it seems like BMW still haven't figured out how to tune EPS, with the steering not providing much feedback, but initial response is very good. So is X5's behavior in corners. It's quite impressive what this thing is capable of for its size and weight. It's pretty stable and predictable with noticeable yet not overwhelming body roll, willing to rotate, and while I wouldn't take it to the racetrack, you can have fun on a curvy back road. But what's the price that you pay for all that performance? I mean, driving the X5 M Competition on a daily basis isn't annoying. Yes, the suspension is stiffer compared to your typical mid-size SUVs, but the Beamer is easy to drive and you get super refined engine with good amount of torque, well-isolated cabin and pretty comfortable ride. So that was the facelifted BMW X5 M Competition. With everything we covered, let's jump to final thoughts. The BMW X5 M Competition isn't a one-car solution to all your needs. And no vehicle is, but I have to give it to BMW. It's quite impressive how well this thing drives, letting you take corners the way you wouldn't expect from an SUV. At the same time, it doesn't punish you for being a high-performance vehicle, and once you get used to stiffer suspension, you can easily daily it. Now, the question is, do you need that level of performance from a vehicle that will spend 99% of the time on public roads? I don't think so. And that's where the X5 M60i comes into play and becomes a very interesting proposition, being less expensive and offering air suspension which significantly increases the ride comfort. And if you're cool, wait for the upcoming M5 Touring. That's a family-friendly performance vehicle I would get. Pricing starts at $124,000 and my tester was priced at $141,000. If you have any questions about the X5 M Competition, drop a comment and I'll answer them. Thanks so much for watching and I'll catch you later.